for our reinforcements, which will arrive from here in, what now, 28 hours? Yeah, so they won't get here until like midday tomorrow here in game, which yeah, we could have some real problems here. Wessel's Corps, I don't want them breaking and being destroyed, so we're going to have to just be mindful here. Start it up again. The action gets right back underway. I think what I want to start doing, so I think we're falling back here with Plummer. That's very good. These skirmishers are going to fight it out. That's fine. Plummer, what are you doing, buddy? Please tell me you're still firing there. Good, good, good. These skirmishers here could probably be better off firing over this way. They're not going to do what I'm telling them, though. I might have had a little bit of a lag moment in the game right there. Ah, sheesh. All right. Can't wait to see what becomes of us. Good to have Colts over here. This is an elite brigade. They weren't doing what I wanted them to because they were essentially routed. So let's go ahead. Let's let Colts stay out here firing. A little worried over here. Rebs don't seem to be moving hard on our line, though. Plummer is the only force that I'm concerned about. Plummer and Terrell are in a little bit of trouble. Chavez is doing all right. Colts over here is all right. Bolin, part of Sumner's division, is all right. We got decent artillery support up all across the line. Garden on the right flank. Wessel's Corps, perhaps can prevail here. We probably will plan on pulling back to a new line along this ridge. Even if we repulse this Confederate push right here, I think we're going to be pulling everybody back onto that ridge. And that's where we'll hold next. Or, you know, maybe even this ridge here. Right? Plummer, keep falling back, buddy. We got a unit that's... We got enemy routed units nearby. That's an enemy routed unit. Okay, good. Oh, they're having a hard time with my guns over here, it looks like. Alright, let's call these skirmishers in. Let's do this. And let's really let them have it over here. Stand up, boys. Fire into them. Advance. Advance under fire here. That's fine. This division commander needs to kind of stay right in here. Whew. It's so exciting. Appreciate all joining in tonight. Thank you once again. I'm Bank60s, your humble and gracious player host here in Grand Tactician at Alternate History Gaming. Drop that like button, hit that subscribe button too. We want more folks in on this. For those that don't know, I'm jumping in this game, and I love this game. I love playing this game. It's a little bit like an addiction, I can't lie. But one of the things that I'm doing is brushing up skills, you know, gaining a full holistic understanding about the ins and outs of everything involved with playing this game, because we've got a massive Napoleonic Wars release that's going to be coming out. Yeah. All right, here we go. Bolin. Okay, he's going to want to fall back now. These guns. Let's go ahead. Let's get these guns back. Retreat. These guys might actually be able to hold out over here. Bolin is probably in some trouble. I don't want these guns doing what they're doing. I guess they're going to do it anyway. Bowling, change your facing. Come on, buddy. Yeah, we're hanging tough in here. We're hanging tough in there. Get your skirmishers back out all over here. Can't do it over here. We need to stop that infantry advance before it gets too close to our guns. Did manage to do it. These guns need to target there. Same here. You boys need to go double time, and you need to get the heck out of there. They shouldn't have worried about the road. How many did they lose? In 44. They're nervous. 45, 48. Go, 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 damn it. Can we put skirmishers out with this unit? Yes. Boland's brigade. Let's get their skirmishers, and let's put them here. Yep, charge move there. Fine, go. And we lost the crews on these guns. Because we used the roads. We should have told them to just come straight. That's on us. That's on me, right? Could bitch and complain about the game, but not going to do that. Not on that one. Back it on up, boys. Back it on up. Colts brigade over here. Tolliver's back. We're hanging tough. Got another battery right here. Boland. Once again, Boland's brigade. These boys have really done a good job for us. Lay down. Plummer's still hanging in, although he's going to break. He's about to break. Retreat. Terrell, we're going to need you again. Right here, guy. Charge move. This Confederate front in the woods will be pushing forward from the right flank. Oh, snap. This could get ugly. Lie down. Okay, we're going to get flanked. We're going to get folded. These guns right here. Do not worry about the roads. Do not worry about cover. But get back here, please. Will they do it? Hey, fantastic. Maybe we'll be able to do a deal where we switch out and replace here with Plummer. Let's send Colt. Can't send him on a counterattack. He'll get flanked and wrecked. Boland, I want you to retreat to here. Do it. Behind your skirmish line right there. Good, good, good. Fantastic. Tolliver, come all the way over this way. Yep. I got Cav here that is back. Nervous. Banks, come on. Call it a retreat move. That's fine. Oh, no. We got a broken unit with a lost resilience route on the left now. Montgomery. Gonna need you. Gonna need you, buddy. Not Cold Steel, no. Let's bring your scouts back. Can we do it? Shoot, no. Okay. These boys, go ahead. Let's keep firing down there. Thomas's division's not done yet. Get out of here, boys. Get out of here. These artillery. Golly. Golly, come on. Get out of there. Nope, they're not going to do it. We brought a couple of batteries. We brought a couple other batteries over here. We maybe going to be regretting that decision right about now because they are following AI orders and they're getting pushed. We don't have enough strength right here. With Bolin. We got to save these guns, damn it. Come on. They're not going to do it. They're following their divisional orders. I've actually not been able to figure out how it is that you're able to get the division commander out of the orders that that he's following. Out of the orders that he's sending and following. All right. Banks' cav. We need to come up here. We need to charge these guys. We'll break them again. That's fine. We just need to create some kind of a stir over here. Because we're going to get all these artillery batteries eliminated. Oh, Hunt, get out of there. Hunt, fall back up the ridge here. Retreat. Thomas, get back over here with Baker. Haskin, get your guns right there. Montgomery, we need you. Right over here. These guns, let's have them be right here. Moving around a bit there. Here comes Banks. Charging through the woods with Tollifer on a countercharge, it looks like. Let's charge him down. All the way back there against Tollifer. Go. Cav against Cav over here. Banks moving ahead. On the flank. Here we go. We got a cavalry action out here with some infantry mixed up in it. Whoa! Couple of pretty fatigued cavalry brigades that are going to get in contact out here with the infantry mixed up in it as well. Oh, Banks is going to be in trouble now. Yep, he's broken. Oh, he's panicked. Not broken, but panicked. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, now he'll be broken. We're going to have Confederate cavalry break through over here to take these guns, I'm guessing. Okay, you guys need to get the heck out of here, damn it. Go. Okay, how about we take off your AI? How about we take off your AI? How about we try that? Huh? How about we try that? Okay, we're in trouble. We are in trouble. Take off your AI. Let's go here. Let's take off your AI and go here. Hayes. Stay where you're at. Hunt broke. Thank God it's not a lost resilience route. He's going to come back to the Army headquarters, looks like. Okay, Montgomery. Bring it to here. Shit. God dang it. Get out of here. Come on. They're not going to do it. That's, there we go. There's one that'll do it. Not going to lie. That's a little bit of a frustration. Not going to lie about that one. All right. Let's lay these boys down. Let's get these boys set up right here. Okay, this division commander, come back here with you guys. Leave these gun crews to the devil that possesses them. And Colt's brigade, turn and face here. Colt's is going to have to stand in. Chavez is broken. Plummer, he's going to break soon too. Or Terrell. Retreat. You're in the woods. You're far away. You can pull that off. Get out of there. What a bloody fight over here. Okay, Colts' counterattack. Wow, you sure scared them off. All right, these guns, pull back. Right there. Baker, pull back. Right there. Plummer, what are you doing? Terrell, I mean? Come on, man. Pull back. Huh? Double time. Go, go, go. Colts on the attack over here. Look at this. That's what you expect from Wessel's troops. Bolin and Plummer under Sumner over here. We're going to hang tough. Steele's division. Steele, come on over with your best brigade. Yeah, Colts is going to try to make him scared. Okay, these guns. I want them here. Little counterattack from Colts, good. Steele, double time it over there, buddy. He is, fine. Okay, Plummer, do you... Ah, damn it! Didn't even get a chance to get our reinforcements on. I got to give the Rebs a hand on that one. Ah, shoot. It's going to be a major defeat. This Corps is going to be reeling. Well, we gave almost as good as we got. It's just too much. We lost fucking 48 guns. We're going to have to resupply for a while. Our progress in the Shenandoah Valley is going to be slowed up big time by this Confederate victory right here. Only ended up fighting one of their corps. They had another one on the way, but so did we. So it would have been interesting to jump into a day two on this one. Just not to be, as the case may be right here. No, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Continue. We're going to have to finish this out. Colts, you fight out all you can, man. You'll earn some kudos after this. The Steel Brigade. We'll watch him do his thing while everybody else runs away. Yeah. Colts will be the 1 brigade rear guard, eh? Having a good time with this one, man. Having a good time with this one. Until suddenly you're just not. Until suddenly you have lost. They'll get to pick up a bunch of these guns, too. That's not great. Colts, why don't you... You scared them. Why don't you come scare these boys, huh? Oh, no. We're going to call that a retreat. Go on, double time. Attack. Oh, shoot, okay. No. I click for them to attack there, and they go back to attacking there. I guess that makes sense to somebody. Fine. 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 All right, guys. This is going to be it for this. Colts is going to break. He's under a lot of pressure. I'll tell you what. Let's get him out of there. Go ahead and fall back. Steele, get out of there. I will not leave my men. You've got men back here to rally. Sumner. Come on. Ah, broken. Oh, Colts. The Steel Brigade is broken. Yeah, well. They were going 4-on-1 or 3-on-1 there. So be it. Just lost too many men, dude. Just lost too many men. Unfortunately. That's how the cookie crumbles here in Grand Tactician. Once again, welcome into Alternate History Gaming. I am Bank60s, your humble and gracious player host as always. For those who are new, just jumping into the stream for the very first time, appreciate you, number one. You can hear taps there in the background or some version of some sad song thanks to us losing that battle. Would appreciate if you hit that thumbs up button for me, subscribe. Talk to you, of course, about those super chats. We do those during streams, too, and folks have chipped in on that. You vision that a little bit like how, you know, I'm just your circus animal starving artist in the market square, digitally speaking over here with my hat out begging for you to just, please, if you could spare $1 or $2 here while we are performing live, I'd certainly appreciate if you did a thing like that. We do super chats. I'm going to try to set up Ruby gifts here on YouTube one of those times here soon. And, of course, memberships are as little as $2 a month. I've got a link for memberships in the description below. Make sure you remember to check that out. All right, so we're going to have to move on from that and jump back into the campaign map, see what else we can get going here. See what other kind of direction we can take things. They caught us out. They really caught us out in that battle right there. Lost about 6,000 men. They lose 5,500. You know, that's a real typical, I would say, you know, middle of the road battle like we've had in so many instances. This time around, it just so happened, you know, just couldn't get the job done and lost a whole lot of men while we did it. All right. We did take 798 enemy soldiers captive. That's good. Captain Alexander losing face. Support for the federal cause. Waivers. Not too much. Still at 82. Now, we'll be on the retreat in the Shenandoah. We'll have 4th Corps here still that was headed over to Winchester at one point. We need to force march them over there. We need Carleton's cavalry to come back. Two time. We're in the orange with Wessel, so we're not in the red. At least there's that. Okay, you see here, these are 2 wrecked corps here. This Army of Tennessee is just a small little force. This Hawes Corps is a small force. These 2 corps are the last 2 remaining rebel corps that are in, you know, decent shape, decent fighting shape. And we're kind of doing a little bit of a side shuffle down toward Richmond right here. And my guess is, so it may be smart, probably is smart, to have the headquarters come back. Go ahead, force march it. Get back behind there. 3rd Corps with 8,000 troops, I think, should go back to where they were, near this fort. Okay. Let's see where the front lines are. Okay. Now, what's interesting is they're in the orange, and normally when you're in the orange, you're not able to really move at all. So, I guess I still don't quite have that right. Front lines, when you're in the blue, I think you can move. You know, or you can't. Yeah, I'm not totally sure when you're in the orange, but there you have that. Okay, now this was something I wanted to go ahead. Now, the other thing, too. Okay, finally, we have started to move here. Looks like we're in the green too. That's good. All right, so we'll get them out and on their way. And as they head down, I'm going to want to engage the fort first with my Navy and then land the troops right here if I can. And I'll tell you something. I'm going to take this Navy and I'm going to run them here to just keep an eye out for what's going on. We have to continue to deal with this over here. We've been in a stalemate for a long time. As a matter of fact, Bayard's Corps, McCown's Corps, what are they at now? I just don't believe it. I really just don't. Golly, we seem to have some bad intel over there. Veal's army is not challenged too badly. Okay, Hooker is back in the yellow. Now, let's bring him just a little further south to here. Go. All right, then. All right, then. And the fighting moves just a little further south in Virginia. So, those who are just catching up to the campaign, we're making some good progress in the east here, finally. We've really struggled. You can see where all the battles have happened, one here and all through here, up into Maryland and mostly around Winchester. That's where most of our big fighting, big battles have occurred over here in the east, plus all up and down this railroad here. So, you can see where we've marked a lot of the action. We've kind of gone back and forth here. We've really gone kind of back and forth around here. Rebs have managed to come up near D.C. on a couple of occasions. Seems though right now we've managed to push pretty solidly into Virginia. All right, here we go. All right, I would say after this army's last battle, let's let this happen. All right, 3rd Corps is going to go, right? They will. 1st Corps in the orange going to back up. Looks like Hood's Corps is going to stay where they are. They're not going to press the issue there. It's probably smart. Now, the move I was going to make is right here, and that's why I was thinking about sea movement. We're going to use river movement, and we're going to come straight down here. Boom. I want to use river movement. And we'll rail too. Yeah, that's fine. All right, and the left wing with about 9,000 men is going to just whoop right down here in Charleston. We're going to take over West Virginia for good. They're digging in, okay. And here we go, moving into our spots with this section of the Army. 2nd Corps. Are you able to move? Not yet. So they're going to have to stay there. I see them paralleling the move a bit. Smart. Reynolds Corps and Hawes Corps both. So let's look at our intel for these two. Hawes, this small unit, 2,500 troops. That's more like a division, maybe a garrison force that's come out. Reynolds Corps, sizable. Sibley's Corps, also sizable, but not that strong. Right here we've got 10, 26, 27, 30,000 troops, and then 2nd Corps' reinforcements. with 3rd Corps covering this approach to D.C. I think that should work. Around the bend. We can only hope that the Rebs haven't built some fleet over here that would ruin this little adventure of ours. Oh, that was the other thing. Okay, left wing perk. What does skilled cartographers do again? Acrobatics, intelligence gathering, movement speed. That probably would help. Foot cavalry, I think this has to do with movement speed. Attrition during forced marches. Forced march speed is up. Ambulance corps, pontoon train, sappers and miners, land no. Partisan brigade, no. Bushwhackers. Skirmishing efficiency, raiding support hit 10%. Let's do this bushwhackers. That makes sense anyway for an army that's going to operate out here. Once they get here, we're going to have to build a depot. Oh, that was something else that I remember. Okay, out this way. No, it was in Kentucky. Here we go. Here we go. We don't need this depot anymore. Get rid of it. And if there's one here, nope. Okay, we don't need one there anymore. We really don't. We kind of don't need this one. I think hadn't had a chance to actually abandon it yet. Or I mean, empty it, I don't think. Gonna waste some supplies there. I don't love that, but there you have it. Here, Army of the West back in the orange. So they won't be able to move after they finish this. Really eager to get the Department of the Tidewater down where I want them. The other thought I had, too, I just don't think we'd be able to get by this fort, is to try and land at Jacksonville. Oh, here we go. Yes, this is a, let's read about this. This episode in American history is a classic. The Grand Herald reports Vallandigham expulsed Lincoln, removing political opponents. Freedom of speech in danger? Question mark. Following his arrest on May 5th and the following court-martial, Clement Laird Vallandigham, a prominent Ohio Copperhead and opposer of Lincoln's policies, has been ordered to be sent through the enemy lines to the Confederacy. So in history, this guy was a big-time opponent, member of the Democratic Party, a guy that was kind of coming on, possible presidential rival for Lincoln in the 1864 elections. And what Lincoln's solution to this problem was, essentially, since he suspended habeas corpus, was to take him into custody, and then, since he was a Southern sympathizer, or, you know, he could make that argument anyways, just hand him over to the Confederacy. Vallandigham was arrested for, quote, declaring sympathies for the enemy, after he gave a speech where he charged that the war was no longer fought to save the Union, but to free the slaves by sacrificing the liberty of white Americans to King Lincoln. The authority for the arrest came from a proclamation September 24, 1862, in which President Lincoln suspended habeas corpus and made discouraging enlistments, drafts, or any other disloyal practices subject to martial law and trial by military commissions. When within Confederate lines, Vallandigham said, quote, I am a citizen of Ohio and of the United States. I am here within your lines by force and against my will. I therefore surrender myself to you as a prisoner of war. Got to say all the right stuff, right? You got to make it. I don't know how tough his time was down there in the South. I think he made it all the way to, down to Galveston and around back to Ohio like years later, where he tried to run for office again and lost. So Yeah, there you have that. There you have what happens in wartime when you say the wrong stuff, and the government has suspended habeas corpus. It's all happened before. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Come on, guys, get a move on out of here. So this is, that's right. These guys are still trying to get across this freaking river on this bridge. I think that there might be something magnetic in the programming language or something about that bridge. I can't quite tell. Can't quite tell. All right, yep, they're sliding down. We can't really divide the army any more than we already have. Certainly shouldn't. Also, these guys being low readiness also contributes to their slow march speed. So there's that. And here we go. Charleston will fall under our guns. Guard, go on the offensive. And we'll take this salt. Bingo. All these battles that have taken place over here. So we had a series of battles that happened out here in southwest Missouri. That was kind of the first front line. Then you had a series of battles that happened or have happened continuously in northwest Arkansas and in Oklahoma. Let's check our reports. All right. Another bogus one. Oh, they're doing recruitment bounties in the Confederacy now. No way. 0 men recruited in 0 brigades. 2 new ships started. Yeah, okay. I think that one might be a little bit bogus too. Bugged. Bogus and bugged, perhaps. Seems that way. Okay, these boys are just going to march all the way until they... This is a little silly. So how about we order them to stop? And okay. Let's start building us a depot right here, huh? Let's put it right there. The other thing that's, of course, a bit worrisome is our credit rating continues to be an issue. We need to get the Revenue Act going. We need to start charging income tax. And then the other thing, right after I get all these railroads built, I'm actually thinking that, and this would be a savvy political move to make, right, is to do a sales tax cut in hopes that will spur more private development. Yeah, we're going to be digging in there. I mean, I guess I'm fine with that. I'd rather be making more progress, but time is kind of on our side. Okay, looks like this. Let's come in here and let's just guard this area right here for now. There it is, the Revenue Act. That's what I'm talking about. The Union passes Revenue Act. Higher sales tax is now allowed. Income tax introduced. Government funding improved. Yes, sir. May 20th, 1863, U.S. government has passed a Revenue Act that allows a much higher taxation of citizens. Further taxes from the sales can now be collected, and even the private income of citizens can now be subject to tax. So, at this point, the government can force up to a 5% tax on the income of high-earning citizens. While not all are pleased with the government sneaking up to take money from their pockets, it's at least considered fair that the richest citizens, unlikely to volunteer to fight in the front lines, will be the ones who are paying up. Now, right away, absolutely positively, we are going to go with an income tax of 5%. Hit them. Rich, tax the rich. Got to pay for the war. All right, we got tariffs up. Sales tax, we're not going to go down with it just yet. We'll go 4.5% for now. Good. All right, these guys have likely stopped up here. Now, let's get a railroad. How are we supposed to get them out to sea, right? Let's get a railroad trip down to this port right here, shall we? Let's just try this. Let's go forced and go. All right, hop on them trains. Toot, 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 toot. All right. Okay, we're going to go up to B+. I bet you that if our credit rating takes a big jump because we've done this, that'll be good. That'll be very good. Definitely don't want to give them too much time, you know? It'll be important for us, though. I mean, our strategy for this coming year is going to revolve largely around this operation here. Taking the salt that we can up here. We've grabbed the salt here. We've taken Charleston almost. We're getting there. These boys are going to be suffering some attrition if they don't hurry up and get that depot done. Let's have this one now change to a medium fill. See, this 4th Corps still. They can't get across the damn river. It's just wild. I wonder if we should have taken him on a railroad trip. That's probably our fault. Let's stop. We'll see if we can move him. What are you doing? Embarking for what? Oh. What are you doing? I didn't order you to embark on anything. All right, so what if I did order you to come out here? See, what do I have to do to get them to just come right out? Why do I have to go all the way over there? Why do I have to come all the way over here to do it? This is a port. Here, let's do this. Okay, let's try. Okay, I see. I think I see. Sea movement. Okay, they'll get out there. All right. Now let's try to go out here in the middle of Chesapeake Bay. Let's do that. Sea movement. Okay, there we go. God, I was going to go crazy. So it takes, this is something I didn't know. Learning something new right here. Embarking, kind of like orders, it takes a long time. Or the process of embarkation is similar to the process of orders reception, and you both take time. Stevens' center wing probably could put some pressure on this end. Right? Just to relieve pressure over here. And I feel like we're going to be able to kind of dictate the dance going forward a little bit here. It seems like the campaign is a bit of a foregone conclusion. I'm really interested to take the journey and see how it is that this goes the rest of the way. This has been in doubt. For those that are new to the campaign, we got pushed back in 1861. We did really good up front. We won a couple of battles just outside D.C. and pushed the Rebs south. We won a couple of battles with the Army of North Virginia down here in the Shenandoah and had pushed all the way to Staunton. But then we got beat here, and we got beat here, and then we got beat near Fort Archer, near the Capitol. And we got pushed all the way back to Baltimore and to Cleveland by the winter of 1861, and we're really starting on the back foot in this campaign. So the progress that we've made through 1862 and here in early 1863, we're about a year or so behind schedule, you would say, I think. By the way, okay, we got a telegraph line down there. Okay, we're back in the yellow again. Which reminds me, okay, that didn't necessarily remind me, but I am now reminded we need to go through and look for perks. Third Corps has got one, and embedded reporters. Speed of fame development, level up by fighting battles. Interesting. Expert scouts, 25% level up by scouting. Let's do that. Okay, this corps, nope. The Army headquarters, nope. Kimes 7th Corps gets one. Let's do, for him, let's do, let's do pontoon train. So pontoon bridges, okay. These bridges are made of wood or India rubber, which are better than nothing. Movement speed across all 25%. Supply efficiency 10%. Level up by crossing small rivers. Let's do that. We may have to cross a few of those headed south. I just want to, I'm also just kind of hoping that we get a chance to see how that works. Butler's Corps. Let's give them a hospital. And Hancock's Corps, they're not ready for an upgrade yet. Seems like everybody's pretty well recovered. Our army is doing pretty good. Okay, 2nd Corps. Back up to close to 23,000 troops. Let's slide them down. Go. Let's have the Army headquarters slide down this way. Go. Now we've got our army out in the field, and we definitely outnumber them down there. All right, how are we looking now? 75 million from income tax. I like that. Could be better. Could definitely be better. Buildings is 339 now. And everything else is kind of needed. I mean, recruitment costs. These costs arise when new units are raised and existing units are refitted. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, we can't do bounties. We wouldn't be able to afford it. So that'll be out of the question. And we've kind of got to work with what we've got. We don't have a choice. Oh, here we go. Oh, snap. Port Royal Squadron has come forward. Sunk a ship. 67 guns to 311. The USS Savannah is being damaged pretty bad. We've got the Battle of the Outer Banks underway. Wow. Look at all these Confederate ships that they've built. These fourth-rate steamers. I think they went with that option to be able to build those for cheap, too. They got us outnumbered. We just have them outgunned with these sailing ships. They do have the Arctic II. Interesting. What a battle we have here. Are they going to win this thing? Seven ships, 6 ships. We got 1 disabled. Jeez, no way. Lost 1. Oh my God. So it's good that we didn't bring these boys out. Ship sunk. Arkansas. These guys are going to have to retreat. This is unbelievable, man. Game's not going to let us try to do this thing. Game's not going to let us try to do this coastal operation, man. They're not having it. We have to cancel this order. Stop. Sheesh. North Carolina squadron. 7 ships, 6 of them disabled. Barely any guns. What the heck? Did we win that? Wow. Interesting. I don't know what happened right there. Port Royal Squadron. Did you? Oh my gosh. Following the loss at the Battle of the Outer Banks, Confederate Port Royal Squadron has disintegrated. Sailors have scuttled their ships. The fleet ceased to exist as an effective fighting force. Holy smokes. We have so many ships. Why did we have not that many ships fighting in that last battle? That was weird. Okay, the Colossus needs to go back to harbor. The USS Commodore needs to go back to harbor. The CSS Virginia is captured, I think. Send it. No, we'll keep it. All right. All right, we're in the yellow with that. Fine. Well, that means we took out the naval squadron that was in the way. So, cool. Let's see if we can get this coastal op going again, huh? Oh, just about at that spot where I need to... stop, start on the recording. Bingo, bango. Bingo, bango, bongo. Bingo, bango, boo. All right. Let's get moving with you boys. The thing I worry about... Okay, let's come up here. Okay, we're going to change this again. I want this to be freaking perfect, okay? I'm worried that coming out the Chesapeake Bay, we're going to run into the forts right here and not be able to get past them and get that entire force crushed. Second Corps on the move, continuing the shuffle toward Richmond. The Overland Campaign about a year early. How about that? Okay. Gonna need a refill on the Cup of Joe. Want to put the game on pause. I jumped back into City Skylines for the first time in a while. It's not just wargaming grand strategy that we like to get into here. I love economic models, simulators. I love city builders. I love manor lords. I love City Skylines. As a matter of fact, so there's an interesting topic, right? Totally off the rails from wargaming, but Cities 1 versus Cities 2, is that a thing? Is that a conversation? I feel like I just like Cities 1 better in general. I think it's a better game. I think Cities 2 looks cool. Probably looks cooler in general. But Cities 1 just, there's something about it. All right, so I guess these guys are going to march. Couldn't tell you why. So we're going to stop them. All right. Oh, they were just getting on the train. Okay. Yeah. Come on up here. Come on, right here. Buy a train, please. Yes, thank you. All right, let's just let them go. All right, Second Corps made it over here. Good. Now, let's go into the army itself. The last big battle we were in was the Battle of Centerville, I do believe. No. We didn't know what to call that one, the one that happened near the old Fredericksburg battlefield. We were on the east side of the river. And I still haven't, it said that was the Battle of Gordonsville, but it's kind of tough to say that it was. So let's see. Can any of our division commanders get perks? No. Can division commanders? Maybe division commanders can't get perks. Doesn't look that way. I'm going out of the corner of my eye here. Okay. Looks like not. Well, so how about brigades? Nope. And nope. Hey, okay. Dennis's cavalry brigade with his Hall carbines. They deserve, first of all, a little bit of this. And cold steel morale, melee strength. Mounted rifles. Reload slowdown while mounted. Who are used to firing their weapons while mounted. Oh, that's an interesting one. Stormers. So this is kind of an interesting little side bit here, looking at the perks for cavalry. I've literally never seen the cavalry perks. This is my very first time seeing it. These troopers prefer fighting dismounted using a loose formation similar to skirmishers and moving fast like the light infantry. Ooh. Fighting dismounted in loose order is... There was somebody who jumped in the chat a few streams back and kind of schooled me on that. That was back when we were fighting at Owl Creek in the west. That's a good one. Vanguard. Trained to move in front of the main columns. These troopers will not be alarmed if they find enemies on their flanks or rear. No morale hit if detached. Okay. Lightning Brigade. Units trained to fight according to infantry tactics, moving fast with the horse, but fighting dismounted. Oh, okay. When they're behind cover. Interesting. I don't think we're ready to do that, although that could be a good one. Let's do this Stormers. Let's do that. I think that's a good one. Okay, Palmer's Cav. We could probably fold both of these brigades together. Dennis will cover the command for both. Palmer will be available for cavalry command elsewhere. It's a political leader. Dennis. Yeah, well, he won't get a promotion for a while. How about this artillery battery? No, okay. Knipes Artillery Reserve is now fully fledged. We've got how many cannon? 63 cannon. And we'll have 6-pounders. We don't want those so much. We want to do... Let's do some 10-pound Parrott rifles. Let's do our, fine, 20-pound Parrott rifles in the Army Artillery Reserve, absolutely. Under Ayers, by the way. Okay, good. Political, fine. Political. Boy, those 20-pound Parrots in this guy's hands. Captain Ayers' battery of 16 20-pound Parrots. We're going to have to remember him in the Artillery Reserve. Ayers. Pew. How about him? He's already got 3-inch ordnance rifles. Same with King. Good. And no perks. Okay, Grover. Prince. Patrick. Okay. No perks here. Burn. Minty. Here. Here and here. Nope. I'm surprised that there aren't any perks for a lot of these guys. They've been doing some good fighting. All of them have. We need to upgrade weapons. Sharps carbine, do it. Foster 6-pounders. You know, 2 6-pound batteries, that's fine. Easier to replace. Lost guns. 10-pound Parrott rifles, 12-pound field gun. Okay, they've got a perk. Denver. Close support, right? Skilled laying. No. Grand battery. Bombard accuracy is higher. That's not a bad one. No. Sapper gunners. What is that? Cover 10%. Okay. Gunners are trained to always improve the cover provided using spades. Okay. Huh. I don't think... I mean, we're going to kind of be on the offensive with these, so let's go close support. That's kind of what I lean on, frankly. These guys, 10-pound Parrots. Let's do skilled laying for them for counter battery. Those Parrots will be good at that. Buckland. Denver. He's already... cancel. He's already 12-pound and perked. Now, we need to upgrade the rifles for the 1st Brigade. And then the other thing I might want to do is come through this main army of Northeastern Virginia, and I may go through all of my armies, as a matter of fact. Hate to drag this out, but I love doing this stuff. Helps to personalize the experience. I would urge anybody who's playing Grand Tactician, and you've not already taken time to do these kinds of things in-game, this is the part of Grand Tactician. This is the magic sauce. This is the stuff that is going to make Grand Tactician the game, I believe, for any true grognard at heart who wants to try to create their own war story, alternate history war story here in Grand Tactician like this, where you get to... I mean, you know, I think a game that comes to mind if I'm just batting the chat about it is a one that did this really well in another kind of way that was a little bit more of an arcadey kind of a tactical battle game in the Civil War era was Ultimate General Gettysburg and Ultimate General Civil War. Ultimate General Civil War. So not Gettysburg. The first one was just the Battle of Gettysburg. Really couldn't do anything customizable. Ultimate General Civil War did a version of what Grand Tactician does. It's just that in Ultimate General Civil War, it just kind of felt too like I'm in a free-to-play, you know, arcadey type of shooting game, modding up my character and modding up his gear so that I can just go out and fight another battle. You know, it was more like that instead of fitting what you're doing into an actual contextualized campaign experience. I mean, for many intents and purposes, yes, you're upgrading the army and then you're going to throw it forward and get into a battle, and you know, you're not doing too much more on the campaign map with the armies. and the different forces that you see out there, but you are executing a broader strategy with context. And this is something that helps. You get to arm them. Not only that, you get to go back and name the brigades if you want to do that, change the uniforms like we've been doing. And so you go through, and each of the armies that you build kind of become like a little baby. You know, you care about the brigades. You care how well this division does versus that one, or whatever. If, for instance, one of the reasons why I really hated the way that things went in that last battle, where we were the first corps with Steele's division, with the Steele Brigade, is that a corps of the Army that had such a sterling reputation for us was pushed back by what we think of as a ragtag rebel corps of troops there in the Shenandoah Valley. Like, it's stuff like that that this game does for you. That is my corps that I made specially to be a crack corps, but at the same time, it just so happened that a bunch of really higher quality level units found themselves in that army based on circumstance of contextualized campaign situations across the eastern theater of the map mostly. So there's that aspect. So it's like your armies come together, and it's this symphony of, by design, by creation, by your own input, but also by the input of circumstance in the game. And you sometimes kind of forget how this thing that you have in front of you that you care so much about actually came to be, but you get to name it, you get to equip it. You know, you start to take on a little bit of an ownership of the thing itself. And it's like going into things like what I'm doing right here. And I'm going to go into more, I think, here, now that I'm getting all jazzed about it, in actually doing some specific personality naming of different brigades here. I'll probably go back and do some of that. That is some of the juice that you can squeeze out of this game to help enrich your campaign experience with more immersive storytelling type detail, head canon, as it's coming to be called. I came across that term not too long ago, and I think it's really applicable for what Grand Tactician does for you. And if you could only imagine, and by it's like when the Napoleonic game comes out, that's where I'm going to struggle. So, you know, excuse me while I wet my whistle there, is that when the Napoleonic game comes out, I'm going to be that much more interested to dive back in and learn about the personages of the Napoleonic period, to learn who was who, understand the names, understand how to pronounce them. Like in my free time here and back there and off here and over there, I'm going to be able to do that, and I will have fun translating that into the armies that I build out in the Napoleonic campaign game. These I just kind of know a little bit more by heart because I've been a Civil War groggy my whole life. And again, it's an incredible head canon creation, immersive type of approach to giving a wargamer the peak level of, I think, campaign gameplay and immersion. And it's all right here in Grand Tactician, and it's the thing that I love the most. It lets me do what my channel is called, which is alternate history gaming. And I hope you guys find enjoyment in it too. I've had plenty of people jump in the chat and say that they like it. I have plenty of people say, of course, based on the fact that everybody's looking at it and viewing those videos about the previews with Grand Tactician, Napoleonic Wars, that there's going to be a lot of excitement for that as well. Right. So we're all looking forward to that, and I would just say that when the Napoleonic product comes out and you're able to do this same stuff with armies that are like 200, 250,000 men, and you get to personalize it all, customize it all. I just can't wait for all that. It's going to be fantastic. Springfield rifle musket for Di Cesnola's brigade, who did not do that well in our last battle, I will say. Di Cesnola. McGregor, he's got his Enfields, Taylor, Upton, and Ammon reboard. Let's get him some Springfield rifle muskets. Get it. And, okay, we're going to go through... We're going to take first a look back at experience again. All right. So now these guys get their dark coat and light pants. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Let's do these two. We did that one already. Okay, these guys should not have this. This is off. This is wrong. All rooks. All rooks. They'll get to keep their gray. Fine. Good. Okay, now Whittlesey. I don't think he was the brigade commander before. Or if he was, I just didn't remember him. What if we were to call them something? They've got 3 stars now. What's their history? Okay, right? Headcanon can come from anywhere, and this game gives you the tools to create it. Here we go. Like, you know, maybe I want to call this brigade something. I don't know. Maybe I do. I'm looking into that right now. They've got an actual unit history you can look up and see what they've done. Right? These guys... So this brigade's been around since November 18th, 1861, out of Maine. Wow. They did really good in the Battle of Winchester. We lost that battle. 12-month contracts expire. 711 men left. 798 re-enlisted. Okay. New contract signed for 24 months. Yeah. Inflicting 1,335 casualties. Inflicting 1,920. What do we... Okay. This is one where I'd throw it out to the community to chime in on what do you think good names for a brigade would be that's had a history. You kind of got to come up with them on the fly, right? They're from Maine. The Lobster Brigade. I'm sorry, everybody from Maine. Is that correct? Would that be correct? The Lobster Brigade? So Whitsley and the Lobster Brigade and the Lobster Brigade. Prince, he's done pretty good, but they haven't gained any experience. Kilpatrick, same thing. Lightburn, Engelman, Minty, Beatty, Blaisdell. Here we go. Howard. What's their history? Colonel Oliver Howard. He deserves a promotion. Let's give him Brigadier General. He's done pretty well, I think. Formed April 3rd, 1862. This brigade is just over a year old. They have fought in Pennsylvania. So these boys were with the old Army of North Virginia. Wow, they have fought in a lot of battles. Holy smokes. Clarksburg, okay, and they just joined this main army over here under Keim, right? Yes, because Keim was the North Virginia Corps. I think he was the right wing for a long time. So these guys, they haven't been under Howard's command the entire time, but they deserve another name. Howard's Heroes. We're doing it. And they have been under his command this whole time. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. But Howard's Heroes, sure enough. Granger's Brigade. He's a brigadier general already, and he's got 3 stars now. They're a 4-star brigade. Let's give them... What do we got here? I see one. Hold on. Let's go back to who was it? Shoot. Was it Whitsley? Here it is. The Blue Belly Lobster Brigade. The Blue Belly Lobster Brigade. All right. Let's see what that looks like. Blue Belly Lobster Brigade. You got it. And Granger. History. Formed in Michigan. Oh, you know, I'm sorry. I'm going to take veto power on this one. We're going to go Wolverine Brigade. Bingo. That is Granger's Brigade. Gordon with 2-star. What's their history? April 3rd, so they're a little over a year old too. They fought, yeah, with the Army of North Virginia a bunch. And they've took more casualties, inflicted more, but not by much, inflicted more, but not by much, yeah, lost more, inflicted more, but not by much. They've been a good unit. This was Bryce's old brigade, and now he's the division commander, isn't he? Right? Yeah. I think we call it Gordon's brigade. I think we just make it his now. Fry. Stockton's Marauders. And Colonel Speed S. Fry. What a name. See, this is what I'm talking about, dude. Does anybody know if there was, I got to look that up. We got to take a second on this. Was there a, hold on, let me get to was there a man named Colonel Speed S. Fry in the Union Army? No doubt. Speed Smith Fry. Birth date, life date, September 9th, 1817 to August 1st, 1892, was a lawyer, judge, and a United States Army officer during the Mexican-American War and the American Civil War. Speed S. Fry. That makes me think of Twinkies, but we can't call it the Twinkie Brigade. That would probably offend somebody. What if we called it, where are they from? In Indiana, the Hoosier Brigade. Hoosier Brigade. And all of the rest of the Hoosiers, of course. The other Indiana brigades are going to be jealous, but they're going to have to deal with it. Kimball. Just 2nd Brigade? Okay, fine. I tell you what. Let's do this. Let's go Kimball's Brigade. And let's at least try to go through here. Yeah, Cameron Jr.'s Brigade, Whipple's Brigade. This helps, by the way, doing a thing like this right here that I'm doing. I'm basically going in, I'm going to rename the brigades after the ones that I haven't given specialized names, because the brigade itself has earned a sterling reputation for itself. It isn't their general that you necessarily identify the brigade by. Commanders just kind of come and go. It's the men themselves who are the backbone of the unit. The other ones that aren't like that, we'll just go ahead and make sure we name after the commander that is currently in command. That way, if we miss a dispatch telling us about a commander that's been wounded or killed, we'll come back through here and we'll be able to tell based on the OOB. Plus, it's just something that I feel like doing right now. Gibbons Brigade. Davis's brigade. Good. Miller. DeCesnola. I'm doing it. Where were they made? in West Virginia. The Mountain Italians. I'm doing it. And I know it's Italians. McGregor's Brigade. Taylor. Upton's Brigade. Ammon's Brigade. We're going to go ahead and let them have. They ordered them in and they just got them their new red pants. Since they are Zouaves, they do have low experience, but since they'll have the baby blue top still and the red pants, we'll know. We'll know. We'll know. Matter of fact, actually, let's change that. They don't get the red ones until they actually get a star, so we'll give them green ones for the time being. All right, now, is it time to name cavalry brigades yet? 6th Cavalry, the 2nd Cavalry. We could probably keep the numbers on the cavalry. Something about having numbers with cavalry just strikes me as very cavalry-like. And we've got the 1st Cav, we've got the 2nd Cav, 1st U.S. Cav. Let's go 10th, just to make sure that we don't have a conflict with any of the others in the numbering system. Okay, and we can stick with that for now. These are all pretty big Cav brigades, so. Right, yeah. I tell you what, let's add one in for Hancock. And can we bring Virginia troops in? Nope. That would have been cool. Maryland Cavalry. Let's give them one about that size. Support's at 78 though. I need better than that. Massachusetts, 100% support. Bango. Cavalry, sorry. Okay, 1875. Boom. And let's do that for Hancock. We should make sure every corps has a cavalry component. Butler, except for him. except for Butler. All right, these two, they're going to combine under Elliott. We're going to give the Army headquarters a new unit of cavalry from New York. Duh. Good. Let's make it that. Okay. And we need to make sure the commanders are proud. Okay, yep, that's a cavalry commander there, Palmer. I think we had... okay, now that he is a volunteer, I'll tell you what, let's see if we can get a cavalry commander in there for that. Cavalry, unassigned, Army, yeah, unassigned, suitable rank. Best we'll be able to do is lieutenants. Charles Tompkins. Let's try to get a good one. Here we go. Lieutenant Henry E. Davies, Jr. Promote him. Promote him. Promote him. Promote him. And, you know, we'll just have to deal with it. Davies, Jr. in there for here. Okay. Wait a minute. He's also a volunteer. What the heck? Tompkins. All right, let's do Devon. Here we go, Lieutenant Devon. Promote, 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 promote. Devon, assign. Had a little bit of a mix-up. Okay, Dennis, are you a cavalry commander? No, political. Greg, yes. Quinby, no. He's got a messed up situation, defamed, right? So let's replace him for now. Actual cavalry commander, please. More lieutenants. Burr Porter. He's pretty good. Let's do Burr Porter. I like that name too. Okay. Assign that guy right there. All right. All right. So I think we've gone through just about everybody in the Army of Northeastern Virginia, which now boasts 65,000 men, up to almost 70,000 once they get everybody healed up, and over 200 guns. How about them apples? Let's come to the Army of North Virginia under none other than our man George B. McClellan. 23,000 men, 116 guns. And let's take a look. See if anybody gets to get perked. I think maybe division commanders just don't get perked. Here we go. We'll do that. Let's look at perks. Stay focused. Stay focused. We're going to try to create a process for doing this and try to make it something that we can do a little more quickly. We'll go through looking for perks first. Here we go. 20-pound rifle. Those will be skilled laying for sure. Boop, boop, boop. Boop. There we go. 3-inch ordnance rifles. Close support. Spear gets a... he's already... Good. All right. Very well. Okay. And then we are looking for experience and uniforms. No, weapon upgrades. Okay. Reboard muskets with Judah. We could probably go to Springfield muskets. Okay. Sheridan with reboard muskets. Phil Sheridan's troops. Yeah, he's a very good leader. He'll make up for it. There we go. Howe's brigade with his mixed muskets. Let's give him reboard muskets. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Good. 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 I think the rest of this artillery is all solid. These are going to be 6-pounders. Let's see what we can get here. 12-pound howitzer. Nah, let's do these 3-inch rifles. Just trying to take a little bit better care of the armies here. Customizable, man. That's what I love about this game. Mixed cavalry weapons. That's not the best. Richmond carbine. Ooh, interesting. Let's do that. I think we've captured a bunch of those. Burnham, Reynolds, 6-pounder up to 3-inch ordnance rifles. Those will be kind of our standard. All right, now experience matches uniforms across the board. I think yes. Yep. Yep. Uh-huh. Oh, not. These guys are backwards. Sorry. Yeah, same here. I've probably allowed this in past streams, now that I'm thinking about it. Okay. Got that. All right, that's all fine. Okay, the 3rd Brigade under Crittenden probably deserves a special name. The New Yorkers. How have they done? Let's take a look at it. So, inflicted. Yeah, about the same. Who did good here? That was pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay, these guys are solid. And maybe call them from New York, the Yankee Brigade. Under Crittenton. Okay, Russell. We're doing all this again, so bear with me. We'll do it live. We'll do it live! Judah's Brigade. Sheridan's Brigade. McDowell, please. Gilbert. Howe's Brigade. We won't do this across the entire map. I won't bore you to death with that. Okay, this will be the 20th Cavalry. Okay, West Virginia Brigade, we'll keep it. Emory's Brigade, that's good. Ooh, what's their history? Formed in Pennsylvania back in 1861. We're going to call them the Black Hat Brigade. I don't want to dishonor anybody. Okay? This is going to be a nickname made up for our purposes here. Okay, they were the Iron Brigade. They weren't that Black Hat Brigade. They were the Iron Brigade. They were called the Black Hats by some Confederates who fought against them because that's the only thing they could see. So, we'll do that. No dishonor, no disrespect. Hamilton, these guys are pretty good. Back in April 1862 in Wisconsin. We could call them the Badger Brigade. The Badger Brigade. Fine. Under Hamilton. Dudley. Good. Hunter. Oh, boy, these guys are solid. The Zouaves, the Empire State Zouaves. Let's go with that. Under Hunter. Jackson's Brigade. Bingo. Okay, Rosso's Cavalry. We need to think about... He's going to get attached over here to Stevens Corps. I think that is just a move we should do. All right, Ward with the 5th Cavalry. That's fine. Rosso, we're going to make him the 21st Cavalry. Rosecrans with the 22nd Cavalry. Bingo. And the rest... Okay. Second better. All right, that's good. Okay. Again, customization of armies. Peak immersive gameplay right here. Grand Tactician, I got to tell you. We got a few more folks who are joining in on the stream. If you're a first timer, I've been doing this a long time here at Alternate History Gaming. Go ahead, subscribe to the channel, and then hit the notification bell to find out the next time I drop something for you. I do vids just about every other day. I've got shorts that come out all the time that show you little moments in this campaign and plenty of other things, including Scourge of War and U-Boat. I do all kinds of Black Powder 19th century gameplay with Scourge of War, Grand Tactician. I'll probably jump into some Total War at some point just for fun, to throw on a little multiplayer action to the channel before long. I love games like Foxhole. I love experiences just alternate history things like Crusader Kings, the Paradox titles. So you can check all of that out at Alternate History Gaming with me, your humble and gracious player host. I am Bank60s. It's spelled a little bit funny, but you can look that up. SIXDEIS 60s, and you'll know what you're doing right there. All right. So that's a good amount of doing all that. We got Hood's Corps making his move again. How about it? First Corps will be on the defense one more time. It's going to be the same sort of situation, except for we're going to be playing on the Winchester map again. We need 4th Corps to get. Let's take a railroad. Let's go force march, go. Okay. Wessels, defend. Here we go. Here we go. So, Army of Northern Virginia, the headquarters unit. The Army of Virginia's headquarters unit, plus Hood's Corps, which battered us in the last battle. We're going to face them once again, outnumbered but not outgunned, under Joseph E. Johnson. Interesting. He'll be the overall commander. I think he's at the head of the Army of Virginia. Ooh. Can we deploy to defend here? Can we deploy to defend here? Let's just do that. Let's just do that until we start seeing troops rout. Here we go. So let's do that. Bingo. Saying that they're going to win. 4th Corps. Let's see if we can get them over here. Right? Let's have Carlton's Cav come on down. Get in there. We're in the yellow with 4th Corps. Going to be in the orange before long. If we can get 4th Corps down here and even the odds before the Rebs win it, in any case, we'll have 4th Corps here to fight them if they continue pushing forward. They'll be a little wrecked and tired. This is the Shenandoah Theater. If the Rebs were to move 2 more corps up that way and bust through, they could have us in a real tough spot. However, the center wing here under Stevens could make that move far less desirable, at least. If we were to come down here and capture this depot, let's do it. Force march it, go. Hate to do it to you, but we kind of got to. Army of North Virginia, or yeah, headquarters with McClellan. Come on down. Force march. Just need that 4th Corps to get here. Low readiness is going to slow them down. Are they still? I mean, you got to be kidding me, man. What in the hell is going on right here? I cannot, for the life of me, understand why on earth these guys are having such a mighty hard time crossing at that point right there. That's a tough one, dude. Sheesh. Okay, maybe now we will be able to get these boys out to sea without too much trouble. Let's go here. No rail, just sea. Thank you. This is a straight up fight for sure. Their morale is a little better than mine. These guys are supposed to force march too. They just cannot get off of there. I'll tell you what. Stop them. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to see if we can move them right up to the railroad tracks right here and just get them on the railroad tracks. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. See, no movement possible now. Really? Huh. Huh. Well, 3rd Corps is going to have to come to the rescue. No movement. Of course there's no movement. Okay, unit routed now. Okay, they've got a couple routed. I think we've got to retreat. I don't know, though. I'm going to let it go for now. Okay, how about if you guys could just get right there? No movement. Yeah, like right. Okay, right. Okay, he'll be back in the yellow soon. Okay, they're going to embark for 3.5 days again. Gosh, we're coming up on 2 hours. Maybe I'll stretch it to 2.5 because of this situation here. Center wing's on the move. All right, they did take this depot, though. Let's fill it up. All right, maybe that'll make Hood think twice. And at all rates, perhaps it's time. We're back in the yellow with Runyon's Corps so we can move. We've got a weather system coming right on time. Oh, geez. That's frustrating when the weather doesn't even cooperate for you, right? Sheesh. Yeah. Pause, try to do a cut in right here. Had a few folks who jumped in, probably newer to the channel. I appreciate everybody who spends a little bit of time with us here. Back in headquarters at Alternate History Gaming, I am Bank60s, your humble and gracious player host. You see the name right there. And I say thank you once again for taking a little bit of time with me tonight. I know that there are some folks who have never really heard of Grand Tactician, who are maybe dabbling a little bit in 19th century gaming. Maybe you're experiencing this stream for the very first time. I just want to let you know about a couple of things. Of course, I'm on here, spend a little bit of time sharing some of the things that I love in video gaming with you, and it is something that I do enjoy doing, but I love making a little beer money on it as well. And I would submit to you a pitch about possibly considering a couple of different things when we do streams going forward. Watch, take a little more time, get to know me a little bit better. I'm an honest, genuine gamer. I love this stuff. And check out the channel if you want. Look at what we've got under the hood and in all the playlists at Alternate History Gaming. And then consider, if you would, the next time we do this together, maybe go over and hit that membership link. It's $2 a month to join in. And that gets you access kind of more into the communication and inner circle that we have here. I put posts out all the time sharing the schedule for live streams. You're going to get those before everybody else gets them. You have your badges, you got your emotes, you got badges for the different ranks that you earn while you are a member through time. We've got several who are recruit level members, and we've got several who are veteran level members. The recruit level membership is just $2 per month, and that is kind of your way of saying, hey man, I dig what you're doing here. Go ahead, bro. You go. You know, it's almost kind of like a monthly super chat, and I appreciate you doing a thing like that for me. All you got to do is click the link to join and become a member here at Alternate History Gaming. There's also, this one is where we start into getting like, hey man, you kind of special. Like you and me, you give me real respect by giving me this kind of money. $5 a month? That makes you a veteran member of the channel, and you're talking then about how, okay, now, and I mentioned this about the recruit membership tier, is your name looks different in the chat. And so I I will respond. Like, and I treat it kind of like this thing where it's like you're giving me not only your time, but you are giving me your money. And so I am absolutely indebted to you to give you my time and my attention while I'm in the midst of being all busy doing this thing in the stream. So your name will show up as a different color in chat, and so I will give you that respect 100% of the time, and I mean 100% of the time if you indeed are a member. If you're not a member, plenty of time, the chat doesn't blow up all that much. And if it's like that, everybody knows, everybody sees, I see, you see, and that's fine. I'll probably react to plenty. But if we start getting a lot of folks in here and you're a member, you'll get your chat, I think, addressed in one way or another. $5 a month also gets you early access to every vid I put out, to every VOD that comes out too, if you happen to miss the live stream. You get to see all of that before everybody else. So if you've got a group of guys that you're sharing this content with, if you're interested together in this hobby with not just me, but other friends of yours out there, you're going to know first what happened around here. Well, look what crap he got himself into. He lost, or, whatever. Or look at the amazing way that he was able to win this battle, or look at how he was doing that, or whatever. And if you're kind of looking for ideas and what you're doing within your own crowd of guys that love to do this stuff, you'll know before anybody else knows what we were doing here, what we got wrong here, what we got right here with early video access. The other part of that is you get access to members-only content at that $5 rate. So that's my Battle Epic video vault. That's the one that I sell all the time. Although, while you get access to that tells stories around battles like Waterloo from both the French perspective and the Allied perspective. Antietam from the Confederate perspective, although I want to do a battle epic as the Union on Antietam ever since the Antietam DLC came out. We still have that in the plan book, of course. I've got Lee Knee in there, a full battle treatment, a battle epic for you. Also kind of like a real way off alternate history playthrough of Chancellorsville, talking about more Civil War content. Battle epic Chancellorsville, 5 episodes on that one. That's using Scourge of War. And so you get access to all of that, whereas folks who aren't paying that $5 a month don't get access to that. The next one, it's just kind of like that extra little, hey, for you, man, like extra respect, is that if you're doing $5 a month at a veteran membership, you then will get credit from me right after you join. Your name will come up. And honestly, in future videos, as I want to show that I have a growing member base, I'll continue to put your name at the end of videos, and you'll have them there for the entire time that the video is posted, and it'll just show that you're here supporting. It'll be a chance, for you to get a shout out from me too. I appreciate and I love doing a thing like that. That kind of explains, again, our 2-tier, for now, levels of membership. Recruit at $2 a month and Veteran at $5 a month. And, of course, if you take the time to do that, I appreciate you. And then, hey, man, we do the Super Chats in here also live during the streams. $1, $2. I've gotten as much as $10 Super Chats from folks before. That's been pretty cool. But, that's not what I expected here, man. If I'm happy getting a $1 Super Chat from somebody, $2. That's just fine with me. Just fine with me. Let's keep it rolling. I was talking. I want to go up there and save Wessel's Corps. Now we're back in the yellow here. Okay, can we do this? Just get right there, moving by rail. Can we do that? And force march it? That's all I want to do. We'll see how long that takes them. Now, I think it's going to be time for us to attack Sibley's Corps. Okay, we're going into the overnight right here. I'm going to push pause. This rainstorm will be gone in 24 hours. I want to believe that anyway. So we're going to send first, it's going to be Runyon here. Moving on May the 20th. Ooh, no, not June 20th. May the 30th, we will step off. Okay. We'll follow that with Hancock's Corps. We'll be right there with him. He'll step off on May the 30th. 7th Corps. Boom. Okay. 6th Corps. We're going to hit Sibley's Corps right here. Ah! Okay. They're going to start moving too early. May the 30th. Okay, that came up good. 7th Corps, 2nd Corps, 7th Corps, 2nd Corps, 6th Corps, 5th Corps. That's everybody that's down here. Army Arty Reserve goes to on May 30th. Okay, we just need to come down here and make a big fuss. Okay. We need to relieve pressure in the valley so that they don't flank us. Push and play. Here we go. We will set this thing up so that we get ourselves a good-sized battle for the next stream, which will be coming up on Wednesday night. Tomorrow, I'm going to stream some Foxhole, get back in the update war, if my connection holds and there's not any server issues. That's the plan. Ah, excellent. That's for the video. Let's get down here. All right, looks like we had another battle out here with the Block Island Sound Squadron. The engagement was a complete victory. The enemy fleet thoroughly whipped. One ship sunk, one ship captured. Condition of the enemy fleet deteriorated. Condition of my fleet intact. Very well. Battle of Outer Banks fought with Federal Block Island Sound Squadron, 16 ships. Wilmington Squadron, 10 ships. 10-hour engagement, one ship lost. Sailors reported captured, one prize. Source Confederacy side report, public unmoved. Okay. So we continue to own this area right here. Yellow readiness. And we kind of got a storm coming this way. Just need this storm. Okay, it passed. Good. And 4th Corps stuck in the river here. If there's any devs watching right here, help a guy out here if you can. Hack into my game or something. Look at this. They're gonna get into the orange or the red again. Just trying to move right there. This is pretty ridiculous. Got a whole corps. That's, how many men is that? That's 6,300 men, 6,400 men that are just floundering in a river, I guess. I don't know. I don't know exactly how to explain it. You know, I guess you could, you know, a thing like that would happen. An entire corps would fall into a black hole and go missing. But it'd be tough to explain that one away for very long. If that corps is literally just stuck there, that will be weird. Very, very weird. Okay, Army of the West right here probably needs to go ahead and build another depot. Just build it right there. And I'm hoping we can send them south to bombard and take that fort. We're going to have to fight another battle here. In fact, why don't we just bring Veal? Is he still just a corps? Why don't we just bring him over here? The Army of the Cumberland. We'll let it stay his army. We'll do that. And we'll go boom. Let's rail him. Double time it, go. And we'll leave Nashville naked. We've got our Navy and our fort blocking the crossing into Kentucky. I think we just need to put more men into Mississippi or into Western Tennessee so that we can push south. A lot of campaigning in this this stream tonight, gents. And would you look at that? As we get on the move, we got another storm front moving in. Got a mud march. Okay, on offensive and scouting. Offensive, here we go. Right? We got ourselves a big one now, boys. Sheesh. Okay, we're going to engage with 7th Corps. 2nd Corps will be 8 hours away. That's good because we'll have 31,000 or so men. But we're going to have to wait until day 2 to get 3rd, 6th, and 5th Corps on the field for this battle we got coming up next. Charles F. Smith's Army of Northeastern Virginia is going to take on Sibley's troops. Now, with Reynolds' large corps in reserve for the Rebs, we got them outgunned big time. We're going to have to try to utilize that advantage. Holy smokes. We're going to want to play this one for sure. Oh, yeah, my friends. I can't wait to get to that one on Wednesday night, huh? We're going to leave you with that little cliffhanger right there, and it'll be the feature stream Wednesday night with Grand Tactician right here at Alternate History Gaming. The next big battle in the East. Can we dispatch these Rebs and maybe open up the road south to Richmond? That will be the question. We're leaving a little bit of pressure on troops right now under siege in the Shenandoah Valley under our crack 1st Corps. We're going to help them out by pushing this rebel army in Northeastern Virginia out and south from here. Guys, thanks again for taking the time. I really appreciate all of your support, time, attention, getting in the chat, of course. Appreciate everybody who is willing to consider becoming a member of the channel. Thank you, as always. You're the ones who make this thing happen. You're the ones who help keep me going through it. I hope you know that, and I hope I know, or you know, how much I love you for it. Again, I'm Bank60s, your humble and gracious player host here at Alternate History Gaming.